Hi boys and girls, and welcome to phonics. So we're going to start our phonics by reading the phonemes that we already know. So we're going to recap them. So I'm going to show you the grapheme and then I want you to read them aloud. Are you ready? Let's go. Ow. A. I. E. U. O. I. W. E. U. O. O. Oh, remember this is a split digraph. They're too noisy, wasn't they? So they had to be split up with another letter. This is a A. Well done. E. U. I. O. Fantastic, well done. Okay, boys and girls, so you've just recapped all your first 5 phonemes. Okay, now our next job in phonics is something a bit different because you've now done all the alternative pronunciations for the different graphemes and sounds. So we've done that. We're now moving on to a different part of phonics, phase 5C it's called, and this is all about alternative spellings. Okay, so it's looking at the graphemes and looking at the sounds and looking at the different ways we spell it. So we've listened to the sounds, we've learnt the different ways to pronounce it. Now we're going to look at the different ways to spell. So today, over the next couple of days, we're going to look at the alternative spellings for the A phoneme. Okay, so for your first job, I just want you to pause the video and have a think how many different ways or different graphemes are there for the phoneme A. Okay, so it's your first job. Just pause it and see if you can think of how many there is. Okay, so what we're going to do today is have a look at how many different ways we can spot the phoneme or the grapheme for the phoneme A. Okay, so what you're going to have is there's a link below that I want you to print off if you can. If not, I'm going to put it up on the screen now and you can pause it. Okay, so we've got something here. Okay, so I've put the link below for you to print that off, and what we're going to do is we're going to read it. Our first job today is to have a read of this. It's called The Great Snail Race. I will read it out loud to you, and then I want you to pause the video and then you to read it out loud. Once we've read this, your job then is to spot all the different A graphemes in this kind of story that I'm reading to you. Okay, it's called a phoneme spotter because we've got the A phoneme, all the different alternative ways to spell that A. Okay, and then I will show you all the ones after we've paused the video. I'm going to show you the ones, all the A's that we've got. Okay, so that's our job today. Okay, so are you ready? So it's called The Great Snail Race. Yesterday's great race was bravely won by Crazy Dave. The start of the race was delayed by rain. The crowd became frustrated, but just 8 minutes later, the grey clouds rolled away. Crazy Dave, aged 8, has been training hard since he was a tiny baby snail. He left all the other snails trailing behind him. We asked Lazy Daisy, who came 8th, if she had anything to say. She stated, "Dave is my mate and I think he is great, but I hate it when he beats me." Okay, so now what I want you to do is pause the video yourself and then I want you to read it. So I want you to read it out loud so you're practicing all the different pronunciations of A. Okay, when you've done that, I would like you to pause the video again, and then I want you to highlight all the different ways that we can spell A, or the grapheme A in this story. Okay, so pause the video and then I'll show you the answers. Okay, let me find where I've highlighted them. Okay, so I'm going to show you on here, so you have to pause the video to spot them. Okay, so we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different ways we use, 7 different graphemes for the sound or the phoneme A. Okay, so I'm going to show you on the screen, so you're going to have to pause the video and see. I've highlighted them in red. Oh, I haven't. I've got it off the screen. So are you ready? Make sure you can see that. Okay, so we've got 7 different A graphemes for the phoneme A. So what your job now is to pause the video and check to see if you've got them all right. The screen's there. Fantastic. So pause the video and check to see if you got them right. Okay, well done if you got all them right. If not, don't worry. This is our first day of having a look at alternative spellings for that A phoneme. So don't worry if you didn't get them all and spot them all. We're going to have a couple more days of practicing and having a look at the different ways that the grapheme A for the phoneme A. Okay, so what you're going to do today, because we've got no sentences, there is an extra activity I'd like to have a go at. It's a nice activity. Is sorting them out into different, so we've got some different words to sort out in the different categories or the different graphemes of A. So you can have a go at that. And then I've linked Phonics Play again, which is still free. Have a go at the alternative pronunciation activity on there. So keep practicing how we say our graphemes differently. Okay, so that's 2 jobs today. Okay, so we've done one of them, and then your other 2 is have a practice at some alternative pronunciations on Phonics Play and do that extra activity. Okay, and I will see you tomorrow.